Last time on D-Town, we began our special two-part fan favorite special edition. We looked at some of your top choices from our Facebook poll. So far, we revealed some of the winners. Hammond's Candies, our special insider's guide to DIA, Vesta Dipping Grill, and 4 Mile Historic Park. Now, time to reveal the rest of your top picks. Another fun place that was one of your favorites was our own Colorado State Capitol. Here's just a part of that tour.
Here we are, the official marker of the Mile High City, 5,280 feet above sea level. Now, at first, we thought that it was the 15th step. But as technology advanced, we realized that actually wasn't the real step. So then, we thought it was the 18th step. But now, with the advent of GPS, we have officially named it the 13th step. But hey, look at this view, the city and county building. Come on, let's go.
So, you can take a full tour of the Capitol, but I decided to wander around on my own. I did run into some awesome tour guides who helped me out, including Gabby, who showed me that one-of-a-kind Colorado rose onyx, and Kara, who showed me the historic Women's Gold Tapestry, which pays homage to women who helped settle the state.
Here we are, inside the rotunda. Wow. Oh, take a look all the way up. At the very top is the state flower of Colorado. I'll give you a minute. It's the columbine. But take a look at it. It is 2 feet across. That shows you how big this building is. In fact, I think it's almost as tall as the United States Capitol.
And then in Mr. Brown's attic, I learned all about the Capitol's history, and I met up with another awesome guide, Janine, who showed me how gold leafing on the dome was done. Wow!
Well, we just finished up inside Mr. Brown's attic, and you know what's next. I've suited up my sneakers and I'm ready to climb. Let's head up into the dome. This dome is not to be missed. This is a dome unlike any other dome. Awesome! Wow, this is amazing. Oh, look at this view. Oh, D-Town, you are so beautiful. You really can see everything up here. Such an amazing view. Doug from the Capitol, how are you?
Good to see you, Rachel.
Good to see you. Okay, so I've got a chance to see everything the public gets to see, but I was thinking maybe you could hook me up with a behind the scenes.
Well, you're absolutely right. This is as high as the general public gets to go on any tour, but because you have special friends, we're going to take you up a little higher.
All right, let's do it.
Let's hit up the magical spiral staircase that nobody gets to go up, Rachel, when they come to see the dome. And Rachel, you've made it to the attic.
We're here, Doug.
This is the place between the inner dome that people see on the observation deck, and this wall is actually the outer dome. On the other side of that is the gold leaf.
That's what we all see. It's a sauna in here.
You know, Rachel, as cool as it is to be up here where nobody gets to see, there's an awful lot to see around the building, and I want to take you and show you some other highlights of this 100-year-old gym.
Let's do it. Ah, really needed a break after those stairs, Doug.
It's sure cooler in this room than it is
These are
up
comfy
in the
chairs.
dome.
Where are we?
Well, this is the old Supreme Court chambers in the Capitol. Of course, a long time ago, the Supreme Court moved its functions out of the Capitol building. But in the day, this was where the Supreme Court heard cases.
Ah, I can feel the history.
Then Doug took me inside the House of Representatives chambers, which is undergoing a multi-year renovation to uncover the spectacular stencil work that was underneath the brown acoustic tiles. The House chambers are modeled after the British House of Commons, whose color is green. Then we went to the Senate chambers. They're modeled after the House of Lords, and their color is red.
Rachel, now we're headed to another part of the not public tour part of the Capitol. This is down into the tunnels underneath the basement.
I see more stairs. Good thing I got my sneakers. Let's go.
A lot of these walls are 12-foot thick granite, and this is what supports the entire building up above us, over 270 feet of it. And there's a very unique feature here in Colorado's Capitol building that doesn't exist in any other state Capitol building in the country. Colorado is the first state to use geothermal energy to help heat and cool the structure.
When did that start?
It just happened a few years ago. Let me take you and show you some of the functions.
It turns out the geothermal heating and cooling system pays for itself in the energy it saves. There's an underground aquifer right below the Capitol. The water is always 65 degrees, so it can be used to keep things cool in summer and warm in winter.
This tunnel heads over to the power plant for the Capitol complex, and they actually used to bring coal here to the Capitol for heating in the wintertime. And they would bring that coal on little ore carts, and the tracks still exist here. They've been, of course, paved over, but you can still see them through the concrete floor.
Well, Doug, this has been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's been our pleasure. Anytime we get to share this building with the public is a real treat for us.
And I mean, this is really a side of D-Town most people don't get to see. All right, when was the last time you toured the Capitol? Was it 4th grade or never? Time to get down here. We've been able to go to some amazing, fun places in Denver. We've also been able to show you some fantastic work that's being done right here in our city, including helping women to break the cycle of poverty as they transform their lives through employment. And you appreciated it too and chose it as one of your favorites. It's the Women's Bean Project. Now here's a very special way to share the love through food. Do you know of the Women's Bean Project? Maybe you've heard of it, or maybe you don't know beans about it. Either way, we've scored a behind-the-scenes tour for you. Let's check it out.
We took a quick sneak peek at this amazing job training program for chronically unemployed and impoverished women. Then we caught up with Tamra, the CEO of Women's Bean Project.
We are a manufacturing operation that happens to have a mission to change women's lives. So we hire a woman for a 9-month job, and during the time that she's with us, we help her make the changes in her life that will lead to long-term employment, increased self-esteem, stabilizing her life, and that all happens in 9 months, and then we help her transition out into the community to a full-time job.
It's a big mission you've taken on, more than might appear on the surface.
Well, a lot happens because a woman who comes to us typically hasn't had a job longer than a year in her lifetime, though the average age is 36. So it's a lot of years of not having success, of really fighting to gain stability. And so when she comes here, she gets the first glimpse of what her future could look like. And I think that in and of itself is transformational, but we're really looking at all the skills that she needs to be a better employee, as well as a better mom. Just about every woman who comes here is a mom. And so when you think about not just her change, the changes she makes, but the changes her children make as well. I mean, I firmly believe that if you change a mother's life, you change her family's life.
There's no doubt about the progress that's been made. And you get some really awesome food at the end,
Right.
too.
Well, that's the great thing, is that, you know, there's tangible evidence of a woman whose life is being changed. Every one of our products is signed by a program participant. It says lovingly handmade by, and the name of a woman who's in our program. We get letters from people all the time that says, "Dear Amelia, I just had your soup and it was so delicious. Please keep up the good work."
Oh my goodness. I mean, you can't put a price on that.
No, you can't. What I often say is that when a woman graduates our program, she believes she's worthy of a better life. And I don't know how you measure that, but you sure know it when you see it.
Thank you, Tamra. We
Thank you.
appreciate it. I have some soups to check out now.
So I dove right in and started packing some soup.
All right, here we are where the magic happens for the Women's Bean Project. I'm here with Becky. I'm ready to learn some bean packing. How does it happen?
Well, first, you gotta put in the beans in the bag.
Okay, and you're using this cool little funnel thing so you can get it in there easier.
Yeah, otherwise it goes all over the place.
You don't want a bean mess.
No.
So how do you know? Is it 3 scoops and then
It's
you're
about,
done?
it's about 2.5.
Okay.
And then I pack it a little bit. And then I take it to my scale, which says 0.2. So 13.2. Yes.
All right.
And then you just put it here, and then it'll go on to the next step.
Okay.
So
okay.
now, your turn.
Becky says it's my turn. Okay.
Okay, so here you go.
Okay, take the bag.
You get the funnel.
Okay. Funnel inside the bag. You made it look so easy. So we want the first one to be one full one,
Yeah.
right? Okay. In go the beans. Nice. Okay, now one more full one.
I can do anything. I can reach any goal today. I can do what I want. I can be
Oh,
what I want
12.4. I'm off by a lot, Becky. You're being nice to me. Here we have the correct amount.
It should be close. Yay! Woohoo! Success! At least you got it.
The women showed me the ropes. Pretty soon I was an expert.
to do what I want.
That is awesome. Now what happens after we get it all taped up and they're ready to go?
And then I give them to Kelly.
I see your name on the name tag, Kelly. What's this all about? We have some really cool name tags here.
Yeah, this is a great way for us to show that these were lovingly handmade by us and all the participants in the program. And then we get to tie our names on each of the packets. They get shipped all over the world, which is amazing that everybody knows, you know, that we did all the hard work to make this possible.
And that's how we make the mix.
Make the beans.
That's how we make the beans. Thank you, everybody. This was a good time. Thank you very much.
Then it was time to pack some cornbread mix. Yum!
Alicia, you're gonna show me how to do the baking area.
Yes.
All right, what do we do? I guess since I'm suited up, I have to do some work today,
Yes, yes, ma'am.
All right, so let's scoop the cornmeal. Here we go. Okay, so first scoop.
Okay, and then get another scoop.
It turns out Alicia, cornbread measurer extraordinaire, is a veteran of the program.
I was in New Mexico and I moved over here to start a new life, a new beginning, because I recently got a divorce in 2009 and I was married for 25 years and I lost everything, my business, my home, my car, and my animals, my pets. So I moved over here to start a new life. And when I moved over here, I was working through temp agencies. I couldn't find a full-time job. So I came over here and I applied and they hired me as a participant and I've been here since then. When I walked through those doors, I was scared, of course. But then once I got into it, the classes that they provide for us and the production line, you know, I got good at it.
Wow. I'm going to call you the master because I have a little inside information. You've graduated.
Yes, I did.
Congratulations. High five.
Thank you. Yes, I graduated and they hired me full-time to be a team leader to show the other ladies what I've learned.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So you've graduated, now you're working here full-time.
Yes.
What does this mean to you on a daily basis now that you get to come in and help out the other women?
It makes me feel good just to be that team leader and to show them that it is possible. You know, you can change if you really want to. It's up to you.
Awesome job, Alicia.
We'll be back with more of your favorites right after the break. Another one of your favorites was our insider's tour of Red Rocks. So here's a 30-minute show condensed down to 90 seconds. And go! D-Town rocks, and we're here to prove it. Yes, Denver has one of the most unique theaters in the world, Red Rocks Amphitheater, and here we are on stage.
First, we met up with Georgie from the management team at Red Rocks, who gave us a private backstage tour. Georgie took us through the tunnel, which goes under the seats of the amphitheater, heading up to where the audio for the shows are mixed.
Wow, look at this.
And as you can see, the artists from the very beginning have, started signing their names here, and there's names over names.
Wow, this is really a living history of every person who's ever been here, it seems. Look at all of these signatures on top of signatures. Oh, I just saw Big Head Todd and the Monsters, no kidding.
There you go.
Right there. That is. I might have to ask you permission to put D-Town on here. What do you think?
Yeah, we could probably do that.
I might be able to make that happen. All right, up we go. You run these stairs?
Yeah, always, because it's good exercise.
Oh my gosh. I don't think I have it in me.
Well, I'm always in a hurry, so. John Mayer.
They even come down here and do the edge of the stairs, too. Wow. Oh, this is a nice little set aside from the rest.
Uh-huh.
Nice. Well, you weren't kidding. The signatures continue in here onto the pipes.
Yep, everywhere.
Oh. All right, Georgie, tell us about where we are right now.
So right now, we're just behind the front of the house mix area. And this is the area where the Denver Film Society, about 10 times a year, puts on the program called Film on the Rocks. So Film on the Rocks features, local comedians and musicians, and then, popular films.
And so this is where they actually show them, right up in this area. This is like the control hub almost.
Exactly.
Another chronological history. This one is of all the films over the years for Film on the Rocks. We got to glimpse the sound and lighting checks.
That's loud. Okay.
Caught in the Monsters, our I Love D-Town contest winner Mitch, and everybody at Red Rocks for an unforgettable evening.
We've been to so many places and done so many things and couldn't have done it without you, our fans, and some unforgettable people we met along the way. Now, the features we've been showing you haven't necessarily been in order of popularity, until now. So, what was your very favorite of our in-depth, behind-the-scenes features according to our D-Town Fan Favorites poll? Drum roll, please. It's the Denver Trolley. Very fun. Did you know that Denver has a trolley? Well, it does, a working trolley right here in Confluence Park. And if you're a longtime D-Town viewer, you already know that. We have a front row seat to a very special behind-the-scenes tour just for you. Let's take a ride. Check this out. I'm gonna flag down the trolley. This is so cool. All aboard next on the trolley, me. Hi guys.
Hello.
Well, thanks for stopping to pick up D-Town. Wow, this is fantastic. Hi, Pete. Good to see you, Pete.
See you, Rachel.
Thank you for having D-Town on. This is amazing. Tell me a little bit about the history. How did this come to be, and how do we have this running right now?
Well, there was a group called the Denver Rail Heritage Society, which was founded in 1988. Their idea was to save Union Station, the railroad bridges across Cherry Creek, the Moffett Station, and early on, that group decided they needed some publicity, and they came on the idea of running a trolley. And so they leased this trolley car, and July 4th, 1989 was the first official run of the trolley, and it's been running every year since then.
Wow, that's a pretty good run. And doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon, right?
We hope not.
So, I mean, this is a pretty charming thing that we've got in D-Town. Is this a true-to-form replica that we're looking at?
It is. This is very much like trolleys that were built around the turn of the century. This is modeled on a car built in Philadelphia in 1903.
Tell me about how you can take advantage of the trolley now. So we're back in the present. How do you get on here and what does it cost? How's it all work?
We start on Memorial Day weekend. We're going to go right through Labor Day weekend. We're going to operate Thursdays to Mondays, 5 days a week from 11 a.m. Our last one, official run will be at 5 p.m., but on beautiful nights, you may see us here on a 5:30, 6 o'clock, 6:30 twilight run. Costs $5 for adults. Children under age 13 will be $2, and then under age 4 is free. So pick it up at any of our stops. This one we got on is Downtown Aquarium. We have a stop at the Children's Museum up ahead, and then sports in front of Sports Authority Field. And we
start out at REI.
Oh wow, okay.
Confluence Park.
So you've got a pretty good run. How long is the ride? How long is the one way and then the round trip?
Well, we take about 25 minutes to go down and back. It's a 1.2 mile track. We go from REI and cross Lower Colfax and head back.
So before we get going, because I want to get this show on the road here and see what it feels like, but what does it take to maintain this so that, you know, it's always in good working order?
Well, it's the usual things that you might think of. Now, a trolley would typically be powered by electricity from an overhead wire. Since we don't have an overhead wire, we have a diesel engine in the back. So we do the usual, change the oil, add fuel. We look at the all of the bearings and on the axles and in the trucks. And because this car is outdoors all the time, there's a lot of woodworking, painting to do.
To maintain it looking
right.
nice.
Yes, absolutely. I got involved because I like to work on the car. Ethan, you have a different experience.
I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. My grandma used to roll me by the subways where the subway would go outdoors in Brooklyn. Love trains, always want to drive trains. So we moved here to Denver about 5 years ago. We were walking by the river and saw a trolley sitting on a track. And I think as most people come to it, you walk right into it.
Yeah.
You say, oh, there's a trolley here. And talking to some of the folks who work here, who volunteer for the trolley, they said you can train, you can operate. It's like, that's my thing. So it's an awesome volunteer job. We're all volunteers who operate throughout the summer season. We hire some part-time seasonal staff to keep us rolling, help us with some outreach and marketing efforts, and the rest of us are volunteers.
Well, D-Town thanks you for volunteering your time, because this is a great experience. So, are you going to let me drive the trolley?
Well, I don't know. We have a training program, and I don't think we have time to do it here today.
All right, well then I'll let you guys drive the trolley,
Okay.
and we'll show D-Town what this is all about.
Okay.
Awesome.
Sounds
You guys
good.
ready?
Ready to go?
All right, here we go. How cool is that? Off we go!
Off to the right, you can see that's the aquarium's little train. Very popular among kids during the summer and love when we hit the whistle as we go by.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
You're inspiring future trolley operators right there.
Exactly.
All off board? What's this? Pete, what's going on here?
Well, go back to the early operators of the trolley. One day they came along and there was this cottonwood tree across the tracks. Beaver had cut it down overnight.
Wow.
Of course,
one efficient beaver.
Tell you what, it's a lot of work for one evening, I would think. Yeah.
Well, we're here to pay our respects.
Right.
And then when we're on the trolley, we tell the story and we ask kids if they know what cut it down, and some do, and actually know they're beavers, and we sometimes see beavers in the river.
That's pretty cool. I mean, a little added bonus to the ride.
Absolutely.
All right, let's continue the ride.
Okay.
So where do you pick people up for the Broncos game? Where do they usually come from?
We're gonna we're heading right towards our Bronco Bridge stop.
Nice.
We start down at REI Confluence Park, where people can park downtown on game day, so they're not in this mess here. Hop aboard the trolley, and we start 2 hours for game time and run them right up around this curve. You'll see we have a Bronco Bridge stop about 100 yards east of the stadium entrance, and it's our most popular event.
It's a neat way to go to the game.
Oh yeah. People always love waving to a trolley. We always tell the passengers, wave to everybody off the side, because people love waving to a trolley.
Well, it's fun, and like, you know, you guys have talked about you were inspired as a child, and this is where it starts.
Something magical about trolleys, streetcars, trains, anything that moves in this way. is the live road that we cross. People are not always expecting
a trolley, yeah.
So we're always keeping our eyes both ways to make sure.
All right, Pete and Ethan, looks like we've reached the end of the line, so how do we get back to where we started?
Well, we have to get the trolley turned around so we can head back north along the track. So what we normally do is we'll get one of us at each corner of the trolley, pick it up, turn it around. Want to help us?
Okay. No, not really.
You're not too into it. It is 18 tons. So we'll do it the high-tech way. It's how they did it. High technology of the 19th century. So we're going to flip the seats, get the passengers facing that way, and then we can actually drive from the other end because it's got the same set of controls over there.
I like that method a lot better.
All right,
let's do it.
Go.
Look at that. Yeah, this is a much easier method.
Yep.
It's almost like it was designed to happen this way.
Yep. Designed so that we can then face the other way and we get back going north along the track.
Guys, well, we've come to the end of our journey. Thank you so much, Ethan.
Well, thank you for bringing D-Town aboard the trolley.
Our pleasure. Thank you, Pete.
You're welcome.
It was a fantastic journey. I'm impressed. D-Town should be impressed, and I now call you Master Trolleyman.
Woohoo!
Thanks to Ethan and Peter and all the great folks from the Denver Trolley.
What a great time, and what an honor to be able to showcase all these amazing aspects of Denver. Hey, maybe I'll see you around D-Town. If I do, make sure you say hi. Until next time, we love you, D-Town.